problems. That's a Twitch F, not a my end F, because I've still got a communication on my server. Hello, this is unrelated.
76 has subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 38 months, currently on a 38-month streak, and says 38 months, how time flies. End of line.
Jout, thank you for the Tier 1 sub there and for 38 months. I appreciate that. Today, this is unrelated to data general stuff. It's just backlogged work that needs done. It's scanning. There are two documents that we need to be scanning today.
Subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 34 months, currently on a 34-month streak, and says all we had to do was follow the tank train, CJ. End of line.
Final Knave, thank you for the Tier 1 sub and for 34 months. This is a how to Cisgen your manual, how to Cisgen DOS, how to generate, it's the Cisgen manual. It's a later revision than are currently scanned, and
end of line.
Is closer matching to the Micronova software that is available from Novazar Forever. So that is actually an extremely useful one for anyone else who wants to get one of those monsters up and going. So, no spines cutting today, that's for sure.
Subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 18 months.
Autofocus outline is visible.
Like an arrow.
Just pretend
Fruit
it's
flies
Tron.
like a banana. End of line.
Ben, thank you for the 13 Raiders. Hi and welcome. Chloe, thank you for the Tier 1 sub in 18 months. Yeah! I appreciate that. Anyway, this one is one Digital Ice Age once. So this is a Data General advertising guide meant for subsidiary resellers to be able to put in their own company name and put Data General advertisements in like local papers to resell systems as like complete sets. So this is super rare probably. I can't imagine there were that many of those because that would have only gone to Data General Systems resellers.
They've subscribed for 30 months and says that's 13 acres and a sub. It turns out that I just forgot to press the right button to send this message. End of line.
Well, Ben, thank you for the Prime sub and for 30 months. I appreciate that. So, yeah, we're going to scan those two, and then maybe this, I got to double check if it hasn't been scanned. There's a possibility that it has. Ben would know how badly I want this, but this is an IBM...
CHER 100 pushing Ben's buttons. Oh dear. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. This is an IBM wheel printer manual. This is the
only...
only...
at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 41 months. End of line.
Blake GJ, thank you for the Tier 1 sub and for 41. That's many months. That's this many months. Thank you for the 41 months. Yeah, it's an IBM wheel printer manual. The wheel printer is an IBM wheel writer with the keyboard cut off. I have the manual. I've never seen a wheel printer for sale.
Tell us about the manual, Shapley. We
Yeah.
promise not to interrupt too much. .maybe.cher 100. End of line.
Ben, thank you for the 100 bits. 1010, I have other stuff that I know for certain hasn't been scanned that I still have backlogged, so I shouldn't waste my time rescanning things that have already been scanned just because I might be able to do them better, unless there's something that's like definitively wrong. Like if I had the manual for the HP plotter that has the serial interface and the weird byte packed format thing, I would rescan that, but I don't know. We'll look that up. So these two are the primary things we're going to scan today. Yeah, so got a Quiet Writer 2 manual back there you can scan for me. I do not, and that one's completely different, so unfortunately. Seems to be some focus lines visible. Yep, yeah, it's Tron day. We're playing Tron. I'm in the Matrix. Yep, it's all them things. Scan the HP PaintJet manual because it's not online anywhere. That makes sense, yeah. But I just want to make sure that it's worth the time. I mean, we're probably gonna not even have enough time for all this today, so we'll see how this goes. I don't have my full setup here, so I might mess around with some foot pedal software for a moment to try and get that going, because that makes a huge difference with the A-Vision. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we are doing A-Vision scanning today. That's the main goal. So apparently I don't have video capture set up, so let me just hit this button here real quick like. Okay. So we're going to be scanning with those. I don't need the server control. I do need chat. And then I will bring up, I don't need this at all right now. You know what? Just don't need any of that. Okay. Fancy, no C4. Not sure what you mean by C4. Need to get in touch with the museum who has a copy of the manual, see if they have a scan. Oh, good luck with that. They never do. So yeah, in case you guys haven't seen the video on it, this is my A-Vision FB many numbers. All right. So it pops open like that, and then this edge of the front goes all the way to the glass so that you can just pop a manual or anything like that on there without having to cut the spine, and can do a seamless scan. Now, there are downsides to this, particularly with mine that developed an issue after I tried to clean it, or this will look like a red line really close to this for some reason, and it's variable. I don't understand it. I'm seeing some smudges here I should wipe off before we get started. But yeah, we're going to use this today for scanning. So, all right. Some giant schematics for a mainframe with every piece of documentation. Ooh, that's cool. I would recommend just a DSLR. Take photos of that. Just get them flat. So that would probably be the best option for giant stuff like that. That's how I did the ones for the micro expander.
REDSHIFT
Holy moly, that's loud.
1089S subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 38 months.
I think it's just loud for me.
Line.
Redshift, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 38 months. I appreciate that. Okay, sounds like a fleck of something may have landed on the CCD. Yeah, unfortunately, I agree. So, yeah. And found the Mario Kart map video interesting. Oh, I'm glad you're in an elite group of a very small number of people who did. So, all right, the other aspect to this
Lord
that I
Boone is
need.
gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Tectagus' community. They've gifted a total of 14 in the channel. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Oh, all right, I was looking for this. This is a foot pedal. Click a click, clunk clunk. Okay. Really do appreciate that, Chloe. Thank you. I'm gonna set this down here because I'm gonna use that for doing a scan, because really scanning is kind of like a two-handed operation with this thing, especially when you start flying with it. So that's gonna be helpful. Just saw some streamer have the map link pinned live. That's awesome.
FN00RD subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 31 months. End of line.
Fnord, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 31 months. I appreciate that. Works for sewing machines? Exactly. Yeah, it works great. Okay. On working great. Let me make my video capture work again here. Is it just one button? Is that all I have to press? It is only one button. Okay. We're gonna do yoink that. And in theory, if I pop that around, okay, we're good. Okay. Tomorrow Ross is doing question and answer stream about Stop Killing Games at the same time as your stream. Interesting. Is that in replacement of his usual fan Q&A stream? Because he does those monthly. Somehow I didn't see that either. Interesting. Okay. Mentioned it on Twitter. That would be why I didn't see it. All right. Going to here. Do I have the Udev stuff? I don't. Let's get that really quick. By the way, just for Ben, check. Boom. One of them done. Gosh, my laptop. So here's the thing. Okay. Apparently I'm having stream connectivity issues, but I can still get to my server just fine. So I don't know. Because like there's a server, it's not having issues. I am seeing some dropped frames down here. It was 919 when the stream switched over.
Subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 36 months and says, oh look, 3 years. End of line.
HMS, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 36 months. I appreciate that. Stream seems fine. All right. Your stupid joke ruined. Yeah. Everything smooth on YouTube. YouTube did pop up a video quality issue there, so it's possible that there's some kind of weird issue happening. I don't know. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I was going to go be annoyed that I'm signed out of GitHub again. That's right. Okay. Hold on. Linux, Udev, video. Oh, come on. How many people have videos about Udev drivers? How? Come on.
Spaukin is gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Tech community. They've gifted a total of 175 in the channel. End of line.
How is the Udev video not even the one that shows up first? I just need this. Spooky, thank you for the... I'm over. I keep looking at that camera like that one's the live one. It's not. Spooky, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, almost 600K signatures. A couple of big YouTubers have picked it up. And me. I can tell you firsthand that I am responsible for at least 3 of those. Which means that the video was a success. So that's my only criteria on that one. All right, git clone this. I'm not doing it over there for any particular reason. All right, Udev device doohickey majigger. Okay, so we need to stick this somewhere. So we need this to go in, etc. Hardware DB Udev. Wait, why are there 2? Oh, that's if you want to be a nerd, like understand and not just copy paste. Okay. So let's just do this.
To CXSCHEER 100 what you got on my 40 homie. End of line.
DZAC, thank you for the 100 bits. I checked. There's a whole $6 on the Subway gift card. I'm telling you, it's a good deal. That's more than you would have gotten, elsewise. I'm telling you, it's a great deal. All right. was I doing? Oh, I was gonna do this. Sudo copy 72. Stop killing games. Link on the Mario Kart map is barely visible because Link is blue. That's a good point. I think I added this computer to the Git repo. No. Git this. Is this one? Git pull. Is this real? This is in fact real. Okay. Some empty boxes? I would have to do a mail video first. There might be some. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna have to cancel that. I can't do it right now. I'll have to fix it later. It's gonna pull a lot of data. It's a full gig of data for all of these now. I am all fancy pants now, though. I set up my Linode server that's hosting it to have a Git receive post hook, and there are now 2 domains. There is the MKW and also MKW-dev. It pulls a branch for dev to the dev server, the branch prod to the prod server. So if I want to update the server now, I just have to push to prod. So that's it. Our mail channels being sent to TC2, keeping them on the main channel. I'm keeping them on the main for now, not guaranteeing anything beyond that. The next one will be on the main channel. I can guarantee that. Okay, what was I doing? I was copying this file. Tune it. I'm starting to see what's inside. Yeah. All right. Copy that to here. Boom. And then we got to do some doohickey. Yeah, we don't have to do any of that because I'm using the exact same device. One moment. That was immediate. Okay. Okay. We don't need any of that. Still don't need any of that. I just need this. Boom. Okay. Because we're looking for the inputs from the foot pedal. Okay. Then I think we just run the key listen, right? Let's just double check what that does. Input action, left, middle, right. Input action, just key Alt A. Let's do this. Echo, left, right, middle. Okay, now just real quick, input action. Oh no, I need key listen. Key listen. There we go, left, middle, perfect. Okay. So that works. So let's bring up Xane really quick. Let's install Xane really quick. Nearly added a PCI Ethernet card and a Win modem to the last box I sent. I decided not to because I didn't want to be banned. It would just get added to the box. All right, Xane. Okay. So scan is what? Control enter. So I want CTRL plus enter, maybe? We'll find out. The cool thing is I don't have to update that. So let's try this. Okay. Just pop in a thing in there just to see what we can do. All right. Now, I'm going to be all fancy pants like. You guys ready for this? Okay, I'm going to set the output to... This is wrong. One moment. Really quick, I'm just going to set this to this. Hi! Just waiting for the Nextcloud settings pop up because I want to have it automatically upload each image I scan, and I have a setup for this, so boom, apply. Nextcloud is really weird, so I have a folder that I called System Sync. Oh, this is kind of wrong, actually. One moment. I don't want Stream PC. I want Work PC. Desktop, laptop, Steam Deck. You know what? That'll work for now. Let's go with that. Okay. So this folder, we'll just make scans as a thing here. And then in this folder, we'll start with DG ads. All right. And now I'm going to make this the output. So Nextcloud, System Sync, Stream PC, scans, DG ads. Okay. Type. We'll make them TIFFs. Yeah. Okay. We'll do that. And then 001. All right. Now I'm going to have this selected. I'm going to just pull this down and in. I'm going to reset that because I'll redo colors later. Okay. So I am going to hit this button. I'm going to hands off. And let's see. Input action XDO tool command not found. Well, let's install XDO tool really quick. Sudo apt install XDO tool. Okay. And now all I have is this window selected. I'm going to go over here, hands off. Scan not started. Okay, well, what's going on? No such key name as enter. Return. Select and no such key name as return. Dude, what? Maybe it's capital E enter. All right, let's figure this out. So XDO tool is being annoying. I think we can do this. Zev, okay? And then here we hit this. What does it call this key? Capital R return. Return. Let's try that. Okay. Need to get yourself a foot pedal for your PC now? Dude, it's incredible. Highly recommended. Programmable foot pedal? Awesome. Okay, here we go. It's going. It's scanned. There we go. Okay, your arms are gonna get tired from raising and lowering them. That is the name of the game with this. Okay, so we got the viewer. Oh, we're not immediately scanning. So we'll save. Did it save it? It did not. The numbering doesn't actually matter. They just need to be sequential. That cropping, discard image looks pretty good. But we're gonna get the cover here. Okay, so this is where this gets exciting. So I'm going to just pop that again. I got my hands down so I can see the image will show up. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just close that window. We're gonna pop this open. I'm gonna make these real big like. I'm gonna, yeah, stay on that. And then actually I'm gonna go modified newest first as my sorting order. And now as these show up, they'll populate there. So just cleared out my office phone PCI to PCIe adapter. Oh, yay. You need this? Yeah, it's awesome. It's so good. I love this. All right, so the next evolution of this is now that I can open this, all right, I can leave it here. I can pop the staples off of the cover like some kind of animal. Dang it. That's so annoying. Oh. You know, if it's stapled, why don't I just remove the staples? It's not like that's destructive. You know, for 90% of this is actually, this is a really good idea we're doing this, removing the staples. Okay, 1 second, removing the staples. So the other thing about this, all right, we can see there is some double-sided printing here. I mean, you can see if the exposure was set correctly. Okay, there it is. But most of these are single-sided because they expect you to cut these out and send them to a print shop. So I can just pop this open, remove the staples, and then we don't even have to scan every single side. Normally I would, but we're gonna scan a lot of blank white pages if we do that, and that's kind of stupid. So we're not gonna scan the white pages this time. All right. Common staples do not have length to attach page. What about the on scan? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Do you have same size replacement staples? No, I'll just put these ones back in. Always remove the staples. Yeah, in this case, this makes a lot of sense. Although these just look like normal length staples, actually. So I think I could replace them. Well, just, oh, I thought I lost it. Okay, there it is. All right. Well, change of plans on how we scan this now. Foot pedal is still going to be used. But slightly different process, and we get to close the lid. Oops, I hit the foot pedal. That happens a lot. Which is why I need the folder open so I can just come over here real quick and delete them. And why the numbering doesn't matter. Done the staple remove, scan, put the original staple back, mostly works without breaking. Yeah, I would say that's a fair description. All right. I'm not even sure I had it selected. Okay. One thing that sucks about this is I'm going to have to digitally crop everything after the fact, but oh well. All right, let's get a new preview image here because we have to resize the whole thing now. Only you had tabloid size ADF, you could batch scan them. I mean, I could, yeah, I'm good without that though. Why is this like cut? not gonna be the full length. I mean, it is white space on this, on all of them, like a lot of white space. I think we're safe on this document to scan it this way. All right, we're just gonna do this. Maybe not the best. It'll work like Xane. Like it's like a really clunky program, but man, it just works. All right. So now, the way this is set up is Xane set to scan the entire. So what you can't probably make out here is I'm selecting a box in the preview window. So by default, there is a all thing here. What I'm doing, I need to like reacquire preview. I'm just pulling it in slightly on the right to do that. I'm also resetting the color to be correct here. It has like histograms and funky stuff. So what I'm doing, wherever the button is that I actually want to, how do I undo this tool that I have now selected? Love the cover. It's pretty good, yeah. Okay, well now it's just like, here, just do it this way. There. Oh, it'll over-select. I forgot about that. Dude, how do I just... Auto-select scan area. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring this in slightly. So you can see at the bottom that we can see a very focused, small version of the image there. So I'm just using that to pixel align the edge. So now I can do this. So I'm gonna make sure colors reset. That's just full bandwidth scan, just, you know, not crush the colors at all. All right, webcam view, it's true. Click, there we go. All right. So now the scans begin. I'm gonna leave this here, put that there, and we'll be able to see individual previews as this goes along. Perfect. All right, now it becomes real. So I'm going to flip this, pop that in there, just press on it, foot pedal. I said foot pedal. What did I click? Oh, I clicked the camera control. There we go, foot pedal. And there we are. There's our second image. So let's begin. I'm going to put these over there as I work on them. And let's do some scanning. Okay, so we do outside, then inside. There's a third staple. There's a third staple. It failed to make it through most of the document. Or they added more. I don't know.
Chloroquine says CHEER 100 emotional support staple. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. All right. Free bonus staple, yeah. Okay. Now we start outside, inside. That's the order. Just gonna point this slightly farther over this way so my face isn't getting constantly cut off. All right. Oh, the script I'm gonna have to write to automatically crop all this. I don't know that I have one already set up for this exact stuff. All right, distraction time. So you can understand why I like this document. Look at this. Look at these awesome images. Why do they look so bad? I'm glad I reviewed this. What is this set to? 150 DPI? 75 DPI! Let's bump that up to 600. Okay, throwing all the files away. Trash. Okay, let's start from scratch again. Good test run, everybody. Good run. Good run. That sounds a lot better. Explains why it was so quick, yeah. I had to stop and think about that one. Okay. We're going to get to the same spot we were before, and then we're going to double check this. No, I am not an LLM fan. One benefit to doing this, where we are able to pull it out, we're going to scan each page individually, is we eliminate the problem that I was going to have to do where I was going to back the pages with black, which prevents the bleed over of the ink on the other side. But now we just get the black background that's already built into this thing. So this is perfect. All right, this one we will double check on. Because this is the first one that has pretty pictures. There we go. Okay, let's see it. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Look at that. I want this so bad. So bad. But I want this table more. Not that table. That table's stupid. No, not that one either. That table. I want this table really, really bad. Okay. So this is going to work. We can continue. You don't see raster. You see halftone printing. So I think this could be brighter. I could be falling. There we go. Alrighty. Rounded 70s corners for the win? Yes. Oh, we just trudge on. You can still get that big tractor feed paper. Yes, it's very expensive. I thankfully have a lifetime supply of it, so I don't need it. Or more of it. So I could make use of it. Just mimicking Adrian? Ah, okay. This is now the rest of the stream. Yay, archiving. Woo, it's so much fun. It's only in 2 sections of 2 sheets at a time. I'm not sure what you mean. Ooh, nice. The X81? I guess we're scanning the blank pages, by the way. Make you play a game alongside. See, we tried to do that with Zork, but the time limit built into the game of the lamp just killed it. Like, that's the reason I wanted Zork to work, was for stuff like this. The A-Vision is out. We are scanning a very rare Data General reseller advertisement guide. It's a weird thing. But this scanner is awesome. I'm not using it as the book edge right now because it turned out the thing I was going to scan just had staples, so I just pulled the staples out. So now we're scanning it flat. Doing the excited leg shake. It's not really excited. It's more like that just happens all the time, whether I want it to or not, when I'm really bored and just sitting there. Different game would work for chat. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to make a video about this exact scanner. Yeah, almost like literally the same one. That weirdo also broke into a library and filmed in there without permission either. Crazy. Yeah, a different game might work. I don't know. Would have to look. Needs to be keyboard controlled only. It doesn't necessarily have to be text based only, but it does have to be keyboard controlled only. Which it's not like there's, you know, a limited number of those, but it has to, I mean, ideally not be like a high action response game. That's why Twitch Plays Pokemon works so well. Image Magic cut off the black area on the right. There is no black area on the right. If you see here, I just have the scan area cropped. We're not getting that. It's one of the benefits to this setup. I overscan, so everything is black on all sides on Image Magic. I can see that. This scan bed is enormous. I don't want to scan the whole thing. And with something, when I'm scanning something that has a spine, I'm usually hand holding the book up against it. And I don't want it to scan all of that. So, because it's just garbage data. So yeah, I crop it. Surprised it was bound at all staples or otherwise. You should expect this sort of thing to be provided. Camera ready artwork, flat sheets in a folder. Yeah, it is a little weird. It's how some of the manuals are sent, basically. Excuse for a minute, thought you had a bunch of background noise. Nope, I'm running Excel with a big query laptop too. Precision jet. I mean, the background noise would have made sense too. The AC is running. Similar size up to scanner mark. Left in the building. Oh my gosh. Real quick. This is the Wheelwriter manual. It's Wheelwriter E, part number 1279889. That is 1279889. If anyone wants to look up whether or not I need to scan that. We burned a lot of time already, so I doubt we're getting to that. Took a lot longer to set up the foot pedal thing than I anticipated. So I don't know that we'll get to that today. But yeah, just it would be cool to know. I like to put weight on the lid for that crease in there. So that's why I'm always touching it when I'm doing this. Just something I've learned that helps. Also, on the plotting requests, at the end of last stream, since, you know, now we just have things we gotta figure out and talk about, I have done a plotted supporter printout. It takes way, way too long, and it's really rough on the pen, because it's just a bunch of jabbing it into the paper over and over and over again. So I don't really want to do that all the time. But it is seriously way too slow. not even for the stream outro is it an acceptable duration. So I would have to speed it up for that too. Oh, what was the part number for the manual? 127988.9? 127988.9. Oh yeah, I got it. I can remember several numbers.
Helen Croft subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 31 months, currently on a 3-month streak. And says get the water bottle and put that on the lid. It saves your arm. End of line.
It's unfortunately not heavy enough. I do have a 50-foot VGA cable I've used for it in the past, though. But then I have to lift that all the time. I have to lift my arm no matter what. So just having the arm on there kind of works. But Helen Croft, thank you for the Tier 1 sub and for 31. What's one of those? 30 or 31 months. Thank you. Wish it was serious. I can't remember numbers enough. So trying to buy the Switch 2 stuff, I've accidentally memorized my debit card again. Because I had to type it in so many different times in so many different places. Need tiny gas struts, yeah. Yeah, I've tried having a weight on there. I had the 50-foot VGA cable with a binder clip holding it to the front because there's a very big lip here. It was more tiring to lift that constantly than to press down like this. I can understand waiting for an OLED Switch 2. I want first gen, because first gen was the best gen for the last one. Think you're good to scan that IBM manual? I've been able to find anything with it? Okay. Good to know. Cool in a way that I know that it's part of my queue. Disappointing to know that it's that rare, because I want one. Hello, Tillwolf. First gen always most hackable. Shh. No, it's just, you know, the most collectible. That's why. Shh. Diego's right. First gen Master System is the best one to get stereo out. But they're also, each generation of Genesis is also weird because they have like different sound chips. Time for foot switch, electromagnet to keep the lid shut. Okay, that'd be pretty sweet, actually. If I held the foot pedal down, okay, electromagnet pops it up, all right? Then I do whatever, okay? I release it, and then it just pulls it down. Okay, now we're talking. Maybe we add that to the custom scanner. Wait, am I supposed to do this? No. Let me double check where I'm at. We should have the outside. We do. Okay. It's just going to be Sonic 2. I really like Sonic 2. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Fluid on the pedal. Room sounds like city power grid with the hum from the electromagnet. Yeah. Sounds like it's still good to me, Ben. No staples on that scanner? Nope. No, Truck says your go-to Genesis game? I'm sorry if you didn't buy it in the before times, then. Sherlock RAM, that would work too. The problem with that, well, I mean, that would work with the weight on there. I was going to say is that the weight has to be in the middle. So, because I tried putting it on the outer edge, it doesn't work. It does have to be in the middle. Philip, it always surprises me how difficult it is to get Genesis power supplies because, and I'm not kidding, Goodwill was just jam-packed full of them for a while. I'm probably still using Genesis power supplies for some of my Roland equipment because this is -9 volts. They were ubiquitous for the longest time because there were so many Genesis sold. So it always seems weird to me, like, you don't just have like 5 of them laying around, not plugged in? Because I just bought every single one of them. Maybe no one has them because I bought them all. I don't know. It's not AC, no. It's 9 volts DC reverse polarity. Any benefits of having fat PS2? It looks cool. That's, I think it.
Says here are
USB ports on the front.
YCHER 100 dot words from a fellow Linux power user. GNOME isn't that good. KDE is good. Dash Mutaharanas.
I mean, yes,
End of line.
definitely. And thank you for the 100 bits, Diego. Genesis power supplies that they're designed to be shut down when not in use. Designed to be shut down when they're not in use. Okay, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not getting it. Surprised the thing even worked. Did find the controller. Survived a house fire. Oh my gosh. First model PS2 also supports the network adapter, which supports hard drives, which is very useful for first-gen Nintendo Switch related reasons. Actually, PS2 is one of those systems where I own every game I want, for the most part. I haven't seen my original copy of Jak and Daxter 1 in a while, so I'm probably going to have to rebuy that. Should probably do that sooner than later. But yeah, outside of that, I have my games ripped to my hard drive just so I don't have to go pull them out of the case, but that's it. Very first revision. Yeah, I don't know if there's any specific revisions, but just any fat PS2 is good. Sleepy, you're thinking PS3. Oh, that's the last page. What? We're not writing the script for this right now. The whole point is of getting it on the server so I can do it at home without having to worry. So we're just going to immediately start scanning the other document. We still have an hour for that. So. Don't know you mean only had PCMCIA. Pretty sure it's more to the network adapter and the memory card and USB ports. What else would you plug the iToy into? And you'll find the original after you rebuy it, yeah. I don't think they're horrifically expensive on eBay yet. So I should probably look at that. I bought Wii U, Wind Waker, and Twilight HD before they went insane. I feel like people are frothing at the bit to get those now. Okay. The next document is the how to generate your system manual. Let me get this done here. This is unfortunately one of Data General's super weirdo manuals. So this is going to be super annoying to scan. You'll see why in a second. I'm not sure how I want to scan this. We'll determine that in a moment here. Okay. First, though, let me make a new folder over here. DG Cisgen. And let's select that and recrop. Well, first off, let me show you the problem. Okay. So page 1 is a hole in the cover because they want you to be able to read the stuff on the next page. So, I mean, that's weird, but that's acceptable. The next page, though, is, you know, oh, look, it's that page, but then it's connected. So it's page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. Now, some of these that I've come across, they will be like that throughout the entire document, but then some pages were either cut or just tore in use or something like that. So let me see, is this one intact the whole way through? It looks like it might be. So I think it's all in dual pages like that. Yeah, yes, every one of them is. So we'll probably do the open face scans again, but the same script is not going to be applicable between the two for the decoding of that. So that's fun. Did you did some weird hour? Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to scan the front and back covers. I'm going to do this 2 times. I'm going to do it once empty, once with the inner part. So let me just do this really quick. Oh, I didn't pick where to save this. So there you can see there's no inside. Let me set this to the correct spot. Here, 42 pages, nice. Okay. So I'm just gonna grab this really quick. Scan that. I guess we can do it now. All right, so I'll have that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that first page on top of that. And then I'm just going to rescan. Might want to put a black sheet in there now that I'm thinking about it. What's that look like? Yeah, I want a black sheet in there. So, here's what this magic is. This is a piece of black construction paper. I'm going to put this behind that first page there that has actual text on it. And then you'll be able to see the difference. Because you can see here the text back there, we're gonna get rid of that. First time I caught a stream, love the Micronova series. Oh, thank you. Glad to have you here. We streamed most of the Micronova stuff, but I know I'm literally working on a data general thing right now. We're done with that for a little while. But there were 2 documents that I managed to acquire throughout the data general process that are unpreserved. One of them we just finished scanning here is a super cool data general advertisement guide. We just got that done. And then this is the manual for system generation. And I need to get this done because this version, the -01 revision here, is not scanned anywhere else. And bam, all right, look at this. So swap between these two, can see the text behind, cannot. So we darkened it, but I can fix that in post, at least with this one. If we weren't scanning like this thick white gloss cover as well here, it wouldn't be as noticeable and we would just make this level. But yeah, so that's how you do that. We won't have to do that with the double-sided weird flip page scanning nonsense we're gonna do, but for this one I wanted it to be done like that. So all right, there's our cover stuff. I will pull those out later or whatnot for how I'm gonna do that. So let me just pull this out. I'm going to add the Cisgen page back to the stack, and then I'm gonna pull the rear cover out here, and I'm gonna scan that separately. And then I think I'm gonna drop into a subfolder called covers. And then we can start on the real scans. But let me get this scanned first. Well. Bingo, there we go. I didn't realize it was just a bar across. I mean, I could have literally just now seen it, but I assumed it was like a reverse thing, you know. Anyway, there we go. Those are the covers. Now we have all of the pages and we get to do the really weird page order scan. I'm not looking forward to this. This is gonna suck. All right, let's get the first one in there and then work on this. This is the other problem. And it's kind of sad. These are perfectly crisp. They have never been mishandled, and I'm about to go reverse crease every single one of them for the scan, but it's worth it because they're getting preserved. I mean, it's not as bad as cutting them, don't get me wrong. But for all of these, I'm going to put these on here, and then I'm going to unbend this so it'll actually go flat. There. So yeah, I have to do that to all of them. All right. Let's get a preview so that I can come up with my crop. Let's also make that covers folder. Move those in there. And then I'm going to hide this because I don't want to see it. All right. That looks awful, but it'll be fine. Is that an actual print fail there? Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Let me reset color. Kind of wish I thought to do that. I think I did that before, actually. I think we're good. Okay. Pull this in to right there. And we're ready to go. Okay. Let the fun begin. Same rules as last time. Outside, then inside. These are a lot more fragile. Oh, it's not outside. It is outside, then in. This is a weird one to scan. Ugh. Well, we'll figure this out. All right. Real scan. Somebody say fun. Yeah. This was going to be complicated. We'll make sure this first one looks good. How many pages? I don't know. They're done by chapters. So there's not an actual count. All right. That looks good. I don't like the crease. Not a ton I can do about that. Oh, yeah, that looks fine. You can see a little bit of bleed through, but when I do the color, I'll be able to fix that. Okay, that's good. We're ready to rock. 2, 3. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. There's a lot of pages. It's gonna take a while. All right. Fun cam, yay! Let the fun begin. All right. So I'm gonna flip this, and I'm gonna manage to touch the glass through one of the holes. So now I gotta wipe it off. There we go. And now the fun starts for real. If a 3D printer, isn't there a way to completely overcomplicate automating this? Oh, I want to, trust me. I have a whole plan. We're going to, at some point, take apart 2 cheap scanners and then make them into a dedicated book wedge scanner with 2 pages at a 90-degree angle, which won't really help for this. So for this exact problem, no, I don't think there's any way 3D printing can solve this. Maybe a jig to do this bend part, but that would be about it. But yeah, this is just manual labor. Somebody's got to do it. And it's got to be someone who has this stuff and has the reason and initiative to buy this stuff. I have something coming in the mail that I'm probably going to Caesar scan because I know this takes so long. But it'll depend on how much documentation it actually comes with. Really wants ADF scanner. I don't like ADFs. I don't like sheet feed. I don't like the rollers marking the papers. I don't trust them to not skip the page. I don't like them. I wish I liked them because, yeah, that's way more convenient. So, is that mystery item? It is mystery item, yes. Saddle scanner. That's a good way to describe it. I don't know if that's a term that people actually use. If it is, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Digital Ice Age knows what mystery item is. No one else does Digital Ice Age, just cluing you in. And they understand the importance of what it is I'll be scanning and everything. It's unbelievable of what is coming in the mail. Like, literally, it makes no sense at all. It's stupid that it even exists. One thing that's funny, okay, about the thing that's coming, that it's probably the thing that Digital Ice Age and I most want to know, aside from whether or not it has a part in it, that's different, is the serial number. That's the thing I think we want to know the most. Oh, dude, we're going to have to stop and take a break for a second and look at some awesome pictures we're about to scan. This is the fun part. When I say this is the fun part, this is one of the things that made me actually buy this, because they showed this in the listing, and I was like, wait a minute, none of the other manuals have this. And that clued me in this was unique, because I've studied all the versions of this manual that are already scanned so much that I instantly recognized it. Should buy some more of them, corner the market, so you can recoup your costs by scalping. I can't. I couldn't if I wanted to. Not with how much they sold for. Granted, now that I'm not in the market, they should sell for less, which is, you know, fun. Have I used Scan Taylor? ADFs have I used? It's something like an S50, I want to say. It's a dual-sided sheet feed scanner. It's not brand new. But yeah. All right. Intermission, because we got to look at pictures. Look at these. They're so awesome. Look at that. I love how they're representing the orange peel texture on there. Dude. So cool. Look at that. I love the drawings of the hardware. All right. We're going to discard changes. Looking crisp? Yes. The scanner is a true 600 DPI scanner, so it does its job well at this. All right. Next up, another page. Yay, more pages. So much fun waiting for the scanner. Woo! Oh, end of chapter 1. Thoughts on scan trailer? I have not used it. So here's my workflow. I'm going to scan these. We have the weird dual pages, okay? I'm going to use image magic with a script that I'm going to write to crop out the pages and number them in the correct order. Then I'm going to use a separate image magic script to apply a leveling correction to this, which will fix the white level and black level. And then I might do a slight minor crop on them after or something like that. And then I'm going to run them through OCR my PDF. Well, actually, I'm going to use Image Magic for a third pass to jam them all into a PDF. And then there'll be the third pass or final pass with OCR my PDF that will make an OCR version of the documents. So it's, yeah, that's the whole workflow. I don't really feel a need to do anything else in between, because the real big problem is the page ordering when you're scanning weird stuff like this. It might be possible to like set up the page order in Scantailor or whatever, but I think I might just make like a generic script this time where I can just put like in an array 1, 2, 3, 4, or you know, like in this case it would be 1, 4, 2, 3 as the order for the pages. It's weird. So, best part of mystery computer. I didn't say it was a computer. Joey bought it. Contains unpreserved documentation and software. Yes. So it is a computer. Yeah. Rules out most of my lines of thinking. Yeah. All they knew is it had dual 3.5-inch OAD 30Vs. It's fine. Need to work out image magic myself. Scantailor can split pages like that. All right. Do you need to do, how do you set like the page order? Because it's not going to be able to detect it. Oh man, a Sony word processor would be cool, but unless I'm importing a, I don't even remember what it was. What's that one digital ice age? Do you remember? It's from 1980, I think. It was in Popular Science. I don't remember what it was, unless it was that. It has the insane portrait CRT. I don't think there are any outside of the SMC 90. Which technically is more word processor than computer as far as their marketing, I believe. But it does run CPM. This is for saddle stitch. Won't do that. Yeah, so that's the thing, is I'm going to have to set like a custom order. Yeah, I think an array where it knows like number this page for this in this order. Yeah, it's going to be the best bet. I keep wanting to say it's a Series 80, but like obviously that's HP. But I think it was Series something, like Series 20. I don't know. I am so serious about the video on the mystery item that I did probably the majority of the research for the video this morning, and I'm going to start writing the script. I'm going to have Series 35. That is it. I'm going to have... I'm going to have the history section of the video done before I have the item. That's the plan. Then I just get to film the experiential part, and then slap it together, get it out the door as fast as possible. Speed is, for some insane reason, of the essence with this project now. At least I think it's a Series 35, Ben. That sounds right. There are two names. I think it was also, maybe Series 90 was the other name. I don't remember. I think Series 90 may have been the version of it that they wanted to sell in the West, but then the native market Japanese one was Series 35. Something like that. Would be super cool to find one of those. Ain't gonna happen, but would be so cool. Name of the US was the Type Quarter. I thought that was a completely separate product, but maybe I'm wrong. I do know that it was like $9,000, wasn't it? No one bought it. So not gonna find one of those. No one was like, gee, I want a piece of paper but worse for $9,000. What, do you think you got it, Ben? Canophile used MO carts way too late. Oh, no. Here's the thing. You don't know what it is. You don't. You have never heard of it. Just like torturing yourself, yeah. This scanner is the best possible way of doing this, but man, is it slow. It's so slow. If we just decided, who cares about image quality? We could use the Caesar and we'd just be done. You guess it uses electricity. Scanned 2,000 plus books over the last 5 years ago. Do you enjoy it? When I'm not on stream, it's fine. But I can't exactly listen to like music or something here or watch a YouTube video while I'm doing this. So it's not great. If I'm not doing it, on stream, I'm probably going to prioritize some other work that seems more important. So that it's this catch-22 where I think like, you know, I should do this right now because I can do that off camera, or I want to do that off camera. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like, we don't do a ton of archiving on stream, actually. I don't do this as much as I would like. Clockwork 3.5 floppy disk rewinder. OBS setting where music doesn't show up in the VOD. Oh, I could do so much better than that. I have like a whole hardware audio mixer here. I can listen to any audio I want, but if I'm listening to music, I'm going to be distracted and I'm not going to be interactive. That's not fun. See, this is the kind of activity where watching VODs of people playing video games is like perfect. It's like, it's not something you really care about, you know, but you could be distracted while you zone out and do a very boring, repetitive task. I will say one thing about this. Just the aspect of data acquisition is in its own right fun. Creating some kind of data set. So this is a data set of sorts that I'm creating that I'm going to have to post-process into a final product. It's just going to be a PDF made from images, but there is still some thought and processing that has to go into that. And that's always a fun puzzle to solve, like the Mario Kart map. Basic same premise as this. So that part I do enjoy. Like, I keep saying I'm gonna have to write this image magic based script. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to trying to genericize it a bit more than I have in the past, because this will be like my 4th time basically writing the exact same script. And I think it would be better to maybe not make it suck every single time and be purpose built. So that page ordering thing I'm serious about. I want to make it support that. And I am sure there is a GUI program that does it automatically or something like that. It's not how I roll. Frankly, Gob, if your primary output is just archive.org, you don't even have to make the PDF. Just zip them, rename it to like CBZ and upload it, and they'll derive that into a PDF and OCR it for you. So you don't even have to do the PDF step. I'm afraid we're actually going to get to the Wheelwriter document today. I'm afraid because I don't really want to undo the spiral bound. Because that sounds like a pain in the butt. So the thing about reading page numbers, these don't have page numbers. These have chapter numbers and then chapter sub numbers. So this would be a unique edge case where you would need some kind of logic that would detect that, or you'd need a flag to say, hey, the page numbers don't make sense. So you can't just read the page numbers on everything and then do that. Because this next page that we have after this is 5-5. The interior page to that is 5-6. But then I skip in a few pages, it's 6-11. So it's a little weird. Hype intensifies. Do you think you got it, Ben? Upload digital text PDF to archive.org. They converted that to JPEGs and OCR'd that. Okay, yeah, so I will say if you do upload an OCR'd PDF, archive.org automatically re-OCRs it. Can happen with worse results, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. I was just excited about going to the Wheelwriter manual, not because it's fun to watch you suffer. Yeah. Wheelwriter manual will be cool. I am really looking forward to owning a wheel printer someday. I want a wheel printer. It's gonna suck, it's gonna be terrible, and I'm gonna have a giant smile on my face when I use it. But I want it so bad. PDFs are just digital text. Well, it'll do, it's the same. A PDF with OCR text is just hidden text underneath of the image. So it's exactly the same. Archive OCR is not perfect. Yeah, I don't know what it is, if they're using Tesseract on the back, quick settings or something, I don't know. I feel like I get better results on my own documents sometimes, and then they mess it up. It's, I don't know. Not a wheel printer I picked up for you is a lovely piece of kit. Need to find an excuse to use it. Absolutely, I'm sure it is. I really bet it is. Yeah, Helicraft, I get it. Yeah. At least that method works for every PDF. There is something to that. My favorite thing is when I will have been distracted because I'm doing this on stream, and then I get home and I try to do this, and then the pages get offset, and I'm wondering what's going on, and then I find out I skipped a page or forgot to flip it at one point, then it breaks the script because, you know, the pages aren't all there, and all that fun stuff. So you see this green, for some reason, that's what Data General did to indicate that this version of the document is different from Digital Ice Age. That's a pro printer, not a wheel printer. I can tell the membrane buttons. Psst, lame, boring. Anyway, here, is there one on this page? Yeah, I can show you this. Okay, here's what I was trying to tell you about before I was so rudely interrupted. We go over here, we pop this open, we rotate this right, okay? We can see here, we have this, you can't because it's covered by chat. The green stripe means this page contains new content, and this black line here means that this is a new question, and this is the one that we were asking about the most when we were looking at the Cisgen stuff, the processor type, because they added the MP100 and 200 after the Micronova that I have over there, but the version of the software that we were using was from this manual generation. So having this is really handy, and this is how they indicated this was new content added to this manual. It's really, really weird. I don't know why they did that. All right. Set that up there. Okay. And flip. It's pretty common to see in bars in IBM and desktop. Oh, okay. No, it's change bars. The cool thing about the quiet printer, wide carriage, so take A3 paper happily. Oh, it is nice. Tractor feed for it. IBM made them stupidly complicated, not mechanical. They're electronic with, oh my gosh, that's weird. It's like a visual diff viewer, yeah. I don't know, it's just weird to have it there. I so badly want to cut out these pages individually because then I can plastic sleeve them when I rebind them in the binder. But I can't do that. I can't bring myself to do that. That Skinner can fit a 12-inch album jacket? Yes. Tech, sort of, kind of. It's not great at it. It will hang off the edge. I like my phone with buzzing. The scanner silent or his mic isn't picking it up? The scanner's not silent. I don't think I have any noise processing on the audio. It's possible I do, but it's not super loud. But yeah, it's pretty quiet. It's definitely not like the HP 4C. You can really hear that thing. Also because its buffer kind of sucks and it's just as it goes along. This does manage to do the 600 DPI in a single pass of the head. How many pages are left? More than I want to count. We're not getting to the IBM thing today, I don't think. Hecubus, I would recommend you raise your threshold for F commenting, because it's a bit of crying wolf. If it's just a minor hiccup, it's not worth mentioning, but if it actually dies out for a while, it is. When you do have processing active, it eats even the compressor noise. Yes. Just reload the page. That's all I'll talk about. That was an F for you having too many pages left. Oh, see, that's the other thing. I don't know the context of the Fs. It's almost universally chat dead. Should I just make it a moat or for stream dead? Should we switch to that? Is there a Twitch head and hands emote that we could just use for that? Eliminate the confusion. Was that yes to the head and hands emote, or yes, you want maybe a server on fire emote? Or, no, I probably shouldn't have an anti-company emote. That seems like a bad idea. I want to, but it seems like it's a bad idea. So maybe a server on fire emote. Most people have been using that. Sometimes they do. That's not universal. Making it something universal might be better. Resuming. Well, that's the thing there. I don't want you guys to have like, oh, it's the office internet died. Oh, the server died. Like, if I can see the emote, then that means the office internet is fine. If I can't see, well, it's weird. I know what the problems are, but yeah. Do you be spamming C when Cox has moments? Yeah. I just don't want it to be directly related to the company. There we go. Okay, hello. So annoying. So annoying. That one was my ISP. Yeah, really, sanity. Just. Yeah, the poll doesn't use the HTML pre-formatted text output. So the way the code works now, there are two strings passed. There are ones that are HTML entities sanitized, and then there's one that is an HTML processed. There is also a, it's weird. It's HTML embedded more, so but yeah, the poll doesn't use the embedded HTML version yet. Maybe I should make it. Oh, it's the results. That might be fine. Still staring at the spinning thing of doom. Oh my gosh, so many pages. There's a section on this part. It's called backing up your files. Do you think they give out their iCloud password? Oh, fun. Here's a fun thing for anyone here who has an iPhone, okay? Go record a video, or don't, just use an existing one, and then try to copy it to a computer running Linux over USB. It's apparently not possible. There's a PTP transfer mode, which is specific to photos. But yeah, you can't get video files off. Very annoying. Couldn't Bluetooth images onto your iPad? See, that I don't know. That you're getting in the weird, like, Apple ecosystem nonsense. I just know that there's no standards for wireless file transfer. It's very possible with iMobile device. Go try it right now. Like, I'm not aware of any way to. No, it's got to be USB, Fnord. USB. Can't install anything on the target or on the iPhone. iPhones do not have MTP. They use PTP. Slightly different. Surprised modern Apple device support any sort of USB. Yeah, really. It is surprising that they actually put the USB-C port on there instead of saying, nope, wireless charging only now, Europe. This is your own fault. Works great with lib iMobile device. Oh, I couldn't find that when I was trying to do it. That's annoying. Last time I did bulk transfer all my photos, Linux PC, go on iCloud, web browser, request bulk data backup, took a week to download because they throttle you. Oh my gosh, that sounds very Apple. I've heard horror stories of how they'll just like nickel and dime you into being dependent on iCloud. So. You feel so sad about having never had an iPhone. Oh, yes, very. Yeah, definitely. Yes, I'm right there with you. Yeah. I don't even like MTP, but it's at least not evil. The whole data backup might be the restriction, Ben, because they really don't want you leaving iCloud subscriptions. But I could see the data backup server being throttled. I'll copy to that, yeah. Yeah, my solution in the end was to just sign into my Nextcloud server and just upload it. So, cloud transfer again. So lame. Because I thought the links had somehow broke. Oh gosh. Total Commander under your Android SP plugin, just move files over SSH. That works too. But running my own Nextcloud server makes it so easy. Like the thumbnail for the YouTube stream that is happening somewhere. Twitch, don't get angry. I just took the photo with my phone today. It was automatically uploaded to my server, and then I just copied the file into GIMP to make the thumbnail. So, yeah, super trivial. Use Bluetooth first after 2 tries to email myself the file. Well, that works if your files are small enough for email. You run your own mail server. Why do you hate yourself? How often do you get blacklisted? Are we past the halfway point? We are way past the halfway point. There are 4 discrete pages left after this. I think one of them may only be a single sheet, just to, you know, screw with me here. We don't have any deliverability problems in general. That's impressive. Just leave the mail port open easier that way. Yeah, but you gotta run a server. Don't email myself. Make an email that's too big. Let it sync to drafts and then pull it back up from the other machine. Have slight issues when Gmail user wanted her mail automatically forwarded, so we got rate limited. In general seems fine. Yeah, I don't know. Example of why their system is broken. I would love to self-host email. I really would. I don't want to deal with the bureaucratic side. It just doesn't seem worth it. Yeah, I get that, Ben. I so get that. I am just, you know, somewhat slightly reliant on Google. So I'm never getting away from it. You'd have to learn some networking. Not that much. But yeah, with Nextcloud, since everything wants to, you know, force you to use a cloud service no matter what, I just get to run my own cloud service, and that ends up working out well enough. Sanity, I think you might want to refresh. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't have a run back of my server to the office because I don't want to waste that much bandwidth. Although I could do it over Sponge Wi-Fi, but I also don't want to listen to myself. So I don't know. Times where my iPhone reports no space available, even though like 1.5 space. I don't know if it's because I'm behind in my syncs. I have no idea. Never used iCloud. All right, there is one more dual page left. And then the last, oh, it's 2 single pages. Why? Why is it 2 single pages, Data General? You know what, just make my life easy. Scan them as a dual page. Screw it. All right, final scan. Stream frame rate dropping every few seconds. Still image? I don't know. I haven't seen anyone else complain about that. Whoa, okay, I think we're good. We got 12 minutes left. Yeah, we're not starting on the wheel printer manual. I'm not unbinding that to have it left unbound for what will end up being 5 minutes of scanning. So instead, let's take a little bit of a look at our output. It's good to use the A-Vision again. I like that thing. Okay. Ugh. So first up, the ads, because these are incredible. Actually, I want to start at the beginning. There are some really cool photos of the desk I want to build. Yeah, this. Look at this desk.
Says I did check right now. Can mount if onto Linux. Latest EOS, Debian testing. Via if used to tally find all videos taken on phone are there as raw files. CHER 100. End of line.
Well, Swarm, thank you for the 100 bits there. And hey, Cody. It's gonna Shelby stretched in his chair, kicked you off the stream. That's weird. So yeah, there's look at that tape drive. I want that. I want this desk. I want that printer. I want yeah, those are the cool stuff. So let's look at some of the ads. The desk is so cool. Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah, so just to give you an idea, all right, this is the meat and potatoes of this thing. So it's a blurb, all right? They don't all actually say data general in them. Some of them are just generic, but you can see this. This is the part where these are really weird and cool. Commercial system OEM name here, okay? What this is this is an ad that a system reseller, okay? So someone would buy basically this whole bundle of stuff right here, and then they would locally sell this to someone and then provide a service contract for it. So the service contract company would put their name here. Digital Ice Age has been able to take some of these that I sent him like preview images of and find examples of local companies running these ads. It's so cool. It's so weird too. Like I've never heard of anything like this. It kind of makes sense, but it's so weird. It's an ad template, yeah. Like, see if we can find one that just doesn't even mention data general, because there are definitely some of them like that. That one says data general. Is this just on a stack of paper? Let's do our own ad. I mean, all we would do is just stick Tech Tangent's logo and name on there. It's not that exciting. Let's see. That one does say data general. Some living Arizona wouldn't be too bad. Being 89 out here, it's rough. Yeah. Printer saying it has such style. Yes, it's ridiculous. Look at this printer. Isn't that insane? Look at that print in that desk. I want the desk and I want the printer. It's so cool. So this was available as a printer and a teletype. You could pretty obviously tell where the keyboard would go in there. They made both versions. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Just the paper, just chilling, just sitting out there in the open, just gets fed straight up. It looks ridiculous. We got 8.5 well, actually, it's probably paper document storage in there, but I would obviously use it for 8.5-inch floppies. On the desk, just it's floating in there, by the way. It's not up against the edge. I haven't been able to see a good image of the right, but I'm pretty sure there would be a milled aluminum I-beam holding up that other end of the desk. So, empty 8-inch floppies for the data general? I mean, I theoretically could, yes. I don't think there'll be too many takers. Curved edges on the desk. You can slide a cup too close, not realize until it falls off. Yep. It's only one edge, though. 8.5-inch flops. Really need an extra half-inch storage, yeah. Gives you schools come up with a halftone version of the TT emblem. I mean, we have that already. That was literally one of the main criterias for doing that. Widescreen CRT? No, it's not. No, it isn't. I mean, there's one right there. It's not wide. It's just 4x3 on the left. Because on the other side over here are all of the cards that make it work. We allowed to advertise Data General products with these ads? Yeah. But there are definitely some that don't mention Data General. I'm just surprised I haven't found one. I love the totally fake screen overlay there. That one does mention Data General. Yeah, these are super cool. So weird. Is that the desk we were trying to figure out the corner of? Yes, it is. Yeah. I didn't have these reference images when I was talking to you about it at first. Are we allowed to play Marco Polo? If you're saying you're ready, I am ready. Yeah, if you want to. Too bad it's not color photo. Trawl through FBM and Craigslist Market. Well, the desk is white, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what color the disc tray is. I'm going to guess blue. But yeah. I bet they technically did sell the desk. I should. There is an installation guide meant for like field service techs that talks about the dimensions and how you set up the desk. So that does exist. I know what the dimensions are. I've CAD'd a version of the desk, but I didn't have those images, and I need to update the CAD now because I can see some things that were not shown in the other thing. But yeah. So it's a really weird document. So weird. The scissors are also hilarious. Because I had no idea what the scissors are meant to be initially. But now it makes sense, because you're meant to cut out the ads and send them. I have a feeling I need to go for a moment. All right, I just got some laser discs door dashed, so we're good. Just 1 minute. We got to scan one of these. Some of you may know, some of you won't know. All right. Preview. Actually, I think we can just rotate this sideways. Let's just scan it in one go normally here. Look at that. Oh, now that's a laser disc right there. That is sweet. Food is in business, yeah. Yeah, let's just grab a quick tiff of that. It shouldn't go into the Data General folder, but I'll move it out in a second. Oh, yeah. What program rendered that? I don't know. Maybe POV Ray? I'm not sure, but it's a whole Ah, there we go. All right, back, I guess, maybe. Yeah, that's a cool one. All right, though, it's time to wrap this up. Let me see if there's a button I can press to hide the focus stuff. Focus assist off. There we go. All right. Also, computer visions, which I've never heard of. So that I will have to look into. And then one more, because I'm a sucker for I Am Legend. And the artwork was just ridiculous. So, yeah. All right. That is going to be it for today. So we got the main stuff that we wanted to scan. I did want to scan the IBM document, but I'll have to get to that later. Let me make sure I don't lose the staples for this. I will reassemble that in the morning. And a lot more cool ones, yeah. But yeah, Quest, Long Rays, Journey into Light. What do you mean, for the Mind's Eye or for the Computer Visions one? Because that one I know a lot less about. Hopefully they're not cracked or anything. I do have some cracked laser discs. It's very disappointing. Oh, this one's weird. It's always funny because Laserdisc is analog. You can see a difference. It's always so strange. And that's not like CAV. Pretty sure this is CLV. Yeah, CLV, it would say on the other side for that side. Yeah, CLV. So, yeah, you can definitely see where something changes there. Crazy. All Computer Association with IBM. Ooh. Which was Animusic in Mind's Eye? No, I wish. Oh my gosh. I hope there's not an Animusic Laserdisc, because that will be so expensive. Anyway, all right, time to wrap it up. Let me walk over here and I'm going to hit the outro. Actually, I'm going to do it from over here because I have to be able to hit the printer thing. All right, there we go. It is outro time. All right. Well, I meant the first one that predates Animusic. I don't know about anything from that then. Yeah, all right. That was the stream for today. I feel like that was a really productive day. I'm happy with that. So yeah. Archive that in a reasonable amount of time. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I'm really glad to get those 2 documents scanned. I don't know when I'll have them processed. Wow, there are a lot of stickers on this thing. I thought like, oh, I'll just quickly pull off the Zia's sticker, but then there's a bajillion other ones on the back. Anyway, yes, Nakalak. If you are a European viewer or in the UK, please go to stopkillinggames.com and look at the initiative and petition to have the respective governments that can do things about the longevity of games and your consumer rights, because it's a very serious issue. It really needs every possible signature it can get to get past the thresholds that they need. And there is a very short amount of time left. So if you have been waiting to join that or look into it, now is really the time. So yeah. All right. We are going to call it there for today, though. If you enjoyed this stream, post the raw stream of the game channel, please do. Yes. Yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed this stream today, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, you can find me on Patreon or get a shirt like this one. But that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Now's the part where everyone squints trying to read what month it is, so that they can try and annoy me. The answer is you can't annoy me this time. Ha ha.